to the channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, a big welcome. It's so lovely to have you join us. Today's video is my favorite video of the month. It is completed pages video. So I'm not going to waste any time and we'll get straight into it. I'm going to move these books to one side and I'm going to start you off with the pages I haven't completed this month but have been working on. And I will say that this month I don't have a lot of pages colored in. I found October actually brought a bit of a coloring slump for me. It's been hard to get back to my whips and carry on working on them. The pages that I have done, I'm very proud of having the way they've turned out. I've loved coloring them, but inspiration has been a bit lacking this month. So this is not going to be a terribly long video, but I hope that you will still enjoy it, and let's have a look. So I'm going to start with Creative Haven's Country Charm by Teresa Goodrich. And I decided I would try work on one whip. I think it's the only whip I have left in this book, and it's this page. So I had started a light dusting of color and decided that, you know, I should actually just finish this page, and I really do enjoy coloring in this book. So I decided to go for a sort of sunset background. So I'm trying to create a sunset feel over here, and then I'm going to bring in browns and greens and yellows and just really continue working on this page. But because of my lack of inspiration, I've had to go onto Pinterest and screenshot lemonade bottles, bunting, lamps, trees. I've had to almost screenshot each element in this page so that I can refer it and kind of pull something together that actually looks cohesive. I mean, I even took screenshots of baseball bats. So it is what it is, but I do like the start I've got going on, and I've tried to bring a bit of the pinks and yellows of the sunset into here, so it's pulling through and not a complete insensible stop, if that makes sense. I have got a bit of a picture I've used off Pinterest for this, but when I complete this page and I show it to you, I will show you all those pictures as well. But I did complete this little one, so I used Prismacolors for it and a bit of gel pen in the center there, and it was lovely and quick and really easy but fun to do. And I like the color combinations of the wheelbarrow and the pots, so that was just a quick thing I did there. So that is my whip in Country Charm by Teresa Goodrich. So my next whip is in Mythographic Paradise by Fabiano Attanasio, and in here I also have a completed page. So I will show you my whip first and then I'll show you my completed page. Now I must say Mythographic Paradise is probably my coloring book for the year. I've colored a lot in this book. I really enjoyed this book, much to my surprise, and I regularly want to come back to it. So I completed a page in it, and then I think it was a week or so later I really wanted to get to another page because I had an idea of a color palette and I wanted to see it work for me. So I did. Oh my goodness, it's stuck. I shouldn't have. You know why? I needed to put the foil down on the glue and I haven't done that, so it's stuck. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, almost there. There we go. No, not quite. Wait for it, wait for it. All right, there you go. So if you remember, I did the crystal color along for you, And we just did a few crystals up here, but there you go. Most of the crystals are done now. I've completed the horse and most of the water. So the reason it's all sticky is because I used a glue pen, which is this one, and I just put the glue onto all these little circles, and I'm going to attach these gold foil flakes and create these circles here. So I haven't got it perfect. I mean, it's not perfectly circular, but I'm going to have these gold dots and stars and bits all over the page. I think it will look really, really lovely. And then I need to just finish the daffodils and the crystals, and then it will be done. I really wanted it to be done for this video, but time is not working for me. So it is what it is, but I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. I also want to create a gold or type of unicorn there. So I will do a video when I get to that. If there is any other elements you would like to see me color in just for a how-to, let me know in the comments below and I will do that for you. But I'm very pleased with how it turned out. The background is a bit of a brighter pink than I had envisioned, but I really like it. I feel that it contrasts really, really well with the rest of the picture. And what I found is the colors for this page work really well because you've got blue and green, like the teal blues, which are more bluey green, the blue, and then you've got the pink, and that is analogous colors. But they are contrasted by the green and then eventually the yellow daffodils, and the yellow bits here act as a contrast. So from a color theory, the colors are working really well together. So I'm very, very pleased with it and enjoying how it's turning out. But I'm going to stick a finger in here so I can show you my completed page. Oh, I did do a little bit more work on this whip. So I did the trees here. I was using Castle Art pencils, and I've done some ink tints in the background. I don't think I've activated it yet. So this one is getting there very slowly. But the page that I completed was this one. And I love, love, love it. I think it's one of my better pages in this book. So what did I use? I used watercolor paints for the water, and then I went over it with I think it was a white Posca pen, either a white Posca pen or a white Sakura jelly roll to create the water effects. I used Prismacolor here for the swans, but the rest of the coloring, and I used Prismacolor for the moon. I used watercolor paints for the night sky, but I used marker raffine pencils for the houses, the leaves, all the leaves over here at the back, and I think also for the bill. And I must say the marker raffine worked okay on this paper. It did make for quicker coloring. And then over here on these smaller leaves I used gel pen, and on this flower here I used a glitter gel pen. So you can, I hope you can see if I move it like that, the glitter. I used a Spectrum Noir sparkle brush for the night sky, so it's got that shimmery look to it. And then white Sakura jelly roll for the stars and shooting stars. So I really, really love how it turned out. I think it's beautiful. I did have to work hard to balance the colors and make sure I picked the right colors. I'm still undecided about whether the orange leaves was the best route, but overall it works really, really well. So I consider it a success. And then if you are wondering, this paper is just sandwich paper, sandwich wax paper you can buy on Amazon. They come either in a roll or as cut out pieces. I bought a whole pack of pre-cuts, and then I just trim it to size. And it just protects the pages from sticking to each other and transferring. So that is what I have done in Mythographic Paradise by Fabiano Attanasio. My next book is Fragile World by Kirby Rosanes. I'm just going to zoom you out a bit for this one. Now, this video there is a whip in here which I'm filming videos for. I apologize for the stomping. My children are playing upstairs. All right, so this is my whip, and I did Inktense pencils for the background, and I've started the tops of the penguin with Prismacolor pencils, and I've done chalk pastels for the background. And as you can see, I've already laid out my pencils and my plan. So as I'm going, I will be swatching. But I'm planning to publish all the videos for this page on the channel as a color along series. So that's something you have. Then the colored page that we did, and I did this on the channel, was this double page spread. So I'm going to move it into line for you, and here you can see my notes so I can keep track of my colors. And this has been really helpful, just writing down each color and my ideas, and then the pencils to go with it. So we just used Inktense pencils for this, and what we did is we did this page on a live stream, and then I did the second page as a speed color along tutorial, so it was time-lapsed. And I love how it turned out. It turned out exactly how I planned it and envisioned it. I also used gel pens to just dot the sand so that it creates a bit of a sparkle. I think the effect wasn't as sparkly as I expected, but it's okay. So yeah, I used white Posca paint and dabbed it on with a sponge until I ran out, and then I used a white Scola paint, which is just a kid's paint that you can get off Amazon for, I think it's like £12 for a box of colors, and they're really big. And then I used a sponge and I just dabbed it all over. And if I rub my hand over it, it's got a chalky feel, which is why I don't use them too much. But I needed something white. So that is my completed work in Fragile World by Kirby Rosanes. Very pleased with this book, and I'm thinking of doing a similar thing with, there's a narwhal page somewhere here. This one. I want to do the same thing because it's that top-down look. So if we use Inktense, we could do the same thing and it will look spectacular. And here we've got lots of space to really blotch that white on, and it would be more blues and grays because narwhals are a bit more grayish than they are brown. And then the rocks would be, you know, different shades of gray. So we could have a very limited palette here and it would really work well. And I most likely would use Inktense pencils again because I think that works really well. So that's just a thought. But that is what I've colored in Fragile World by Kirby Rosanes. Next up is Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich, and here we did a series of lives, and we did this beautiful page here, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I pushed myself to step out of my comfort zone and create a different sky other than blue, and then I just tried to tie it in different places so that it looked cohesive. And we based, I think, a lot in, well, a fair amount in alcohol markers. So the alcohol markers I used were Ohuhu markers. And then we went over it with Prismacolor pencils. And I think it's turned out really, really cute. I did use some gel pen on the ducks here, just to give it a bit of a definition and a bit of a glittery effect. And we used gel pens here at the fence and also on the ropes between the fence posts. So not too much sparkle, but I think overall it's turned out really, really lovely. So I'm very pleased with this. So thank you for joining me. As always, I love coloring with you. And then I have planned to color this page in. This is another one I'd like to color in. So I've also planned out my ideas, and then I will move that onto swatches. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see this page as a color along, and we can do that as well. So that is what I've done in Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich. Then my last two books, there's The Flower Year by the lovely Layla Dooley. I really enjoy her work. Now, I will say I have not forgotten the fuchsia page. I know that that is still a whip. I haven't forgotten. I am planning on finishing it. I do apologize for the delay, but I haven't forgotten, and it will get done. And hopefully it will be done soon. In the meantime, I did this page as a quick color along video, just to give you something for October. And I used distress ink in the background, made a bit of an error with it and had to fix it. Some of you asked if there was any bleed through because of the amount of water I used, and the answer was yes, it was, ever so slightly. If I lift it up, you can see it over here and over here. I pressed a little bit hard as well, but I don't think this is this hasn't ruined it. I can easily cover that up with pencils and it won't be an issue. I'm just not ready to do apples. My apples don't really come out very well, so I need to practice a bit more before I do apples in this book. And then for November, I am planning on doing the Buried Virginia Creeper. And this weekend I went for a walk by myself, and I think I came across some Virginia Creeper with berries. So I'm going to use that photo I took as inspiration for this page. So this should be a quick color along video as well in November for us. So that is what I have done in The Flower Year by Layla Dooley. And as always, I am using pretty much polychromos throughout this book. But if you would like Prismacolor pencils or a different pencil, let me know in the comments and I will make sure I try that. And finally, we have Main Race Dirt Europa by Rita Berman. Now in here I have two pages. One was a whip, so I finished this page and I love how it turned out. I think it's vibrant and the colors are strong. I've managed to tie it in a little bit, so I think it all works really, really well. And I used glitter gel pens for the borders, just for something different. And if I lift it up, you should see the sparkle. It just gives it a little shimmer. And then I used white Sakura Jelly Roll for the highlights. So I love that this whip is done and I'm pleased with how it came out. I used makeup for the background. So that was fun. And then what I do is I also take a kneadable eraser and I just press it onto certain parts of the page and I just lift off excess eyeshadow so it doesn't look like block color, that it looks varied. So yeah, that is my completed page. And then I am thinking of doing this double page spread also as a color along video. I still have to plan it though. And then we have another, oh, here it is. We have this page. Now, I am still editing this color along. I have got the videos. I must say, from a video perspective, it didn't work very well. It's been a bit of a dud. So I'm trying to edit it so that I can give it to you and you can color along with me and still enjoy it. So the first video was the background and the clouds, or some of the clouds. I started in this corner with polychromos pencils and then decided that this was just far too much paper to use polys. So I changed to chalk pastels, and I used pink, blue and purple chalk pastels for the background. I used polychromos for the rest of the page, and then for accents I used white Sakura Jelly Roll for the white highlights, and then a glitter gel pen for the just some accents in the clouds. Let's see if I can get the light to show it to you. Now, when I was doing the balloons, I thought I had pressed play or record on my phone, and I colored most of the balloons off camera. So there's about, I think it's this balloon, these two balloons are not on camera, but I've got the colors written down, so I can I'm going to do a voiceover for you, so walk you through how I did it. But yeah, that's what happened. So anyway, I'm not sure if the colors really work, but they're okay. And I would say it's not my best, but it's not my worst. So I'm glad I did 2 pages in Rita Berman's book. I've really enjoyed this book. So that is my final colored page. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe below, comment, like, and share with your friends. I'm working really hard to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers, but I will do a different video about that. And once again, thank you so much for all your support and your comments. It really is such a heartwarming feeling to be able to read your comments, to know that I have your support, that you enjoy my videos and you color along with me. And it's lovely to get to know each of you. So I really value you. I hope you have a great week further, and happy coloring. Take care, everyone.